Lesson 11.8 is on the areas of circles and sectors. So there's 2 warm-up problems. I want you to pause, try them on your own, then we'll go through them together. Number 1 says find the diameter of a circle with a circumference of 20 inches. So I'm going to start by writing my circumference formula, which is C equals pi, which we're doing 3.14, times diameter. I know that the circumference is 20, so I'm plugging that in for C. I'm leaving 3.14 for pi, and I'm going to solve for D. To solve for D, I'm going to divide both sides by 3.14. And in my calculator, 20 divided by 3.14, rounded to the nearest tenth, we should get about 6.4 inches equals the diameter. Number 2, if Sarah earns $39 in 6 hours, how much will she earn in 10 hours? I'm going to set up a proportion here. Money over hours equals money over hours. Cross multiply, and I get 6x equals 390. Divide both sides by 6. Oh, excuse me. And I get x equals $65. All right, so area is the amount of space inside an object. So it's labeled with square units. The formula for area that we're going to be using for circles is this. A equals pi r squared, and we're using 3.14 for pi. So pi times the radius squared. Our first problem says find the area of a circle with a radius of 6 centimeters. Round to the nearest square centimeter. So area equals pi 3.14 r squared. So I'm going to plug in what I know. 3.14 for pi. My radius is 6, and I'm going to square that. So 6 times 6, which is 6 squared, is 36. So I get area equals 3.14 times 36. Then in my calculator, I'm taking 3.14 times 36. And rounded to the nearest square centimeter, I get that the area equals 113 centimeters squared, because area is always labeled in squared units. Number 2 says find the area, round to the nearest tenth. So again, area equals 3.14 r squared. I'm going to plug in what I know, 3.14. If my diameter is 27, that means that my radius is half of that. So my radius is 13.5 yards. So it'll be 13.5 squared. In my calculator, I'm going to take 13.5 times 13.5, and I get area equals 3.14 times 182.25. I'm going to multiply that by 3.14, and I get 572 into the nearest tenth. It would be 0.3 yards squared. So the area of that circle is 572.3 yards squared. This problem says the rectangular matting for a picture frame has a circular cutout for the photograph as shown in the figure. What is the area of the mat? Round to the nearest tenth. So we're just trying to find the squared, that shaded in space. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the area of the rectangle minus the area of the circle. So first I'm going to find the area of the rectangle. And remember, area of a rectangle is just length times width or base times height. So I'm going to take 18 times 12, and I get 216 inches squared. Then I'm going to find the area of the circle. And I know to find area of a circle, I do 3.14 r squared. Area equals 3.14. The radius is 4, so times 4 squared. 4 squared is 4 times 4, so that's 16. And then in my calculator, I'm taking 3.14 times 16, and I get area equals 50.24 inches squared. So to figure out just that shaded region, I'm going to subtract these two areas. So in my calculator, I'm taking 216 minus 50.24. And then it says round to the nearest tenth. So I get 165.8 inches squared. So again, found the area of the rectangle, subtracted the area of the circle, and that's going to give me that shaded region. Okay, and then this last problem, it says find the area of the plastic shaded ring. So again, we're just finding the shaded part. So we're going to take the big circle minus the little circle. So let's find the area of the big circle first. Area equals 3.14 r squared. 3.14 stays. The radius of the big circle is 12 centimeters, so I'm going to do 12 squared. Area equals 3.14. 12 squared is just 12 times 12, so 144. And then in my calculator, I'm taking 3.14 times 144, and I get 452.16 centimeters squared. So that's the area of my big circle. Now I need to find the area of the little circle. So I'm going to do that same thing again. Area equals 3.14 r squared. Area equals 3.14. My radius of the little circle is 4 centimeters, so 4 squared. 4 squared is just 4 times 4, which is 16. And then I take 3.14 times 16, and I get 50.24 centimeters squared. So now what I'm going to do to find just the shaded region, I'm going to take the area of the big circle, 452.16, subtract the area of the little circle, and that'll leave me with just the shaded spot. And I'm left with 401 and 92 hundredths centimeters, and then area is always squared.